Hello guys and welcome back to another episode of Games I Found on itch.io or G.I.F.I for short. So in this entry we will be playing something a bit different and it's called Small Birb. So the title is kind of cute if I'll be honest, and yeah, Birb, Small Birb. So yeah, let's start the game now. I'm not sure what to expect, but we'll find it out together. In the darkness of infinite space on a small asteroid, so small that you can get around it in 10 minutes or in 5, walking at a good pace, lives Zyablik. The asteroid is far, far from other human settlements. The nearest living creature are thousands of kilometers away in the constellations of Sagittarius. I can't read. There are no major trade routes here, and rockets pass by only once in a while. If anyone does end up here, those are the explorers of the new worlds and civilizations who boldly go where no man has gone before. Sometimes they stop at Zyablik's to rest and leave him food and flower seeds in gratitude. Every morning, Zyablik wakes up, makes his bed, and waters his flower garden. Then there's time for daily cleaning. He sweeps the stone and the stardust scattered by the cosmic winds away from the asteroid. Oh wow. Oh wow. Okay, so I have to click. After lunch, the impatiently looks up at the sky. He impatiently looks up at the sky because up there, on an invisible path so old that it only exists in memory, large male fish pass by with their mouths full of envelopes. Okay. No one knows where they came from or where are they going, but the fish diligently do their job and each envelope finds its recipient. Male fish never makes mistakes or get lost in the darkness. Oh wow. Look adorable. And each day one of these fish comes close to Zyablik's small asteroid, leaving on his doorstep a tiny snow-white square envelope with a heart drawn on it. He's always looking forward to this moment because he knows that somewhere far away he has a friend who sends him a message every day, tells him how she is doing and what stars are out in the sky today. One day he would pack up and come to her for her birthday, as he has promised, but the letters have been enough so far. That's a lot of fish. And Zyablik was happy. But one day, no letter was brought, and no letter was brought on the next day or even the week after. Zyablik began to worry. He waited and waited for the fish to pass by so he would get a line from the distant soulmate to hold in his hands. But there were no letters. That very day was approaching, the day when he promised to appear before his lady friend. Zyablik was waiting for the right moment, and it finally came. He is ready. It remains to wait for one single postman at least. However, day after day, the sky remained empty and lonely. Okay, what's the game? Oh, Pikachu. Huh. Okay, so I guess I'll just wait. Oh, the days are gone by. I just need... The cosmic sky glows through the window. The room glimmers with the soft goldfish light of lamps. There, rays gently lick the warm-looking blanket. The table littered with envelopes, the wooden floorboards, the shadow on the walls resembles strange, unseen animals. Glances at the calendar on the wall. Pikachu! Almost all the calendar dates are crossed out. One square is left empty. The next is circled in red. Jumps off the bed, which creaks under his weight. Rubbing his eyes, he softly shuffles to the calendar and picks up a marker to sadly cross out the last day. Okay. So today is the day. Maybe I should try it one last time. There have no male fish for a long time, but I shouldn't lose hope. Should I? What if I get lucky? Turns to the mirror, flattens the fold of the poncho, and smooths the ruffled feathers. Oh no, this is a visual novel. I mean, yeah, I can barely see the things underneath. There's a save option and stuff, so. Okay. What should I put on today? Yeah, let's go with the cup. Oh. The cup slides slightly to the side, giving him the perfect charm. Well, it's time to pack up. The most important thing is not to forget that which matters most. Approaches the table. All the letters are made of different types of paper. Some of the pages are ordinary and some are dense and colored. With printed images, all of them are slightly signed carefully and each one has a stamp on. Folds the sheet neatly. The letter on top is unsealed and you can see the edges of the sheet with the text on. Yeah, I guess we'll read it. The letter is completely unreadable. Does anyone understand bird language? If so, we'll have a full printout of the text below. Perhaps you will be curious to know what the anthropomorphic birds are chirping about. Here it is. Oh no, it's Braille. Too bad I don't really understand Braille, but I guess a little bit of Google search would probably help. So yeah, I'll wait for a moment. Okay, so now I have the translation. It's apparently not Braille. Unfortunately, I'm sorry to say that it's not Braille. It's Morse code. So the language is Morse code. So the first letter would be L, and the next one is I. Li. Okay, Li. Three dash Li. Leo. Okay. Leo. Okay, I'm getting a little bit confused now. Okay, so okay, I'll need a pen for this. Unfortunately, I'm making this harder than it should be. So I'll probably skip a few. I'll skip around and I'll see you in a moment. Okay, so now that I've just translated the language or the Morse code, so it translates to, according to my analysis, my big brain, it translates to lion fell in love with the lamb, stupid lamb. Okay, so yeah, I know it sounds odd, but yeah, that's what it says literally. Okay, the letter on top is unsealed, and you can see the edge of the sheet with the text on. Okay, now can I even? Okay, so is it the same? Yeah, let's just hide it. Okay. Slowly binds the letter with satin ribbon, hides them inside a pocket under the poncho, out of public view. Oh wow. Okay, so I completely understood that. So it sounds bizarre actually. Better safe than sorry. Losing stuff is not what you want to do on a trip. Looks out at the window, slightly lifting the curtains, which are decorative rather than convenient. The sky outside the window has changed its color to quite a fankish hue. The time is slowly but surely approaching the lunch mark. The stars in the sky shine brighter than they usually do at this time, as if they just had a good meal and are now resting. Pulls the door handle and goes out on the porch. Okay, where am I? His nose fills with the pleasant scent of flowers and slowly swayed by the cosmic breeze. An embarrassment of riches. There are Aldebaran pimpernels that taste like cheesecakes, Theta-scale bluebells that imitate all kinds of sounds, and Kardashian succulents that change their hue due to that of the eyes looking at them. Invisible at first glance, alone among all those flowers, hides a delicate earth plant on a thin stalk, a chamomile. Chamomile? Chamomile. I'll call it chamomile. It does not have bright, huge petals or magical properties, but it attracts with its fragile beauty. Gently runs his hands along the petals, squatting by the chamomile and then carefully digs out the flower and transplants it into the nearest flower pot. She joyfully raises the flower pot above his head. His eyes are shining. Great! The perfect gift for the lady friend is found! Everything seems ready, but the most difficult thing remains. To wait for someone to pass by the asteroid, and then everything will be like clockwork. Approaches the swing and gently pushes it. The swing moves slowly back and forth. Sets on the swing, raises his head on the sky, barely swaying his legs. Oh, Kermit! The creak of the swing is so soothing. It creaks as if telling amazing stories about love and friendship, about the huge space lions competing in a battle for the throne, while a young man with a braid annoys the teachers with questions about life, death, and space, while the stars collide, setting off fireworks of tiny sparks and igniting black holes. Snuggling against the cold pipe of the swing and nods, clutching the flower pot with a plant. It will all work out. Okay, now what? Familiar sounds are heard. At first, they seem delirious and cloudy, but then somewhere far away in the sky a moving dot appears. Something barely mumbles, but then these sounds get louder and louder, turning into puffing, grumbling, and bawdy songs. Flinches, waking up from a sweet dream, has the flower pot under his poncho and raises on the swing, standing tall with 2 feet and trying to figure out the shape of the creature in the cosmic blue. He holds his hand over his eyes, squinting. That's a pop. A minute later, a pop-eyed creature is seen clearly. It has a funny fish tail and a funny cap. That must be the male fish. Little by little, she waddles her way, though she knows the road perfectly, to the smallest stars and clouds, as if she could swim all that way with her eyes open. Hastily checks his pockets. The letters are with me, the cups. He carefully touches his head. Is here. The sandwich. Jumps up hesitantly, glancing at the house. Isn't he running late? Should I run to fetch a sandwich? Probably, let's forget it. Rushes to the house as fast as he can, holding the cup on his head. He stops somewhere in the middle of the way, looks at the fish. The fish is already passing the nearest star and will soon be close to the asteroid. Shrugs and goes back. The sandwich isn't that important after all. Yeah, we could have missed it. Hastily returns to the swing. The male fish is right above his head. It's time to swing. Swing forth, back, forth, back. Oh no! Okay. The swing goes back and forth, speeding up. Release. We flies up, letting go of the handles of the swing. As the asteroid is left behind, it's now the only way. The second star to the right and the straight until morning. That's a letter. Oh, is that a save or something? Roach. Kiddo, are you alive? Hey, kiddo. An unconscious stowaway on the back. That's all I needed. A unfamiliar voice grunts. He almost knocked me off, of course. And I lost my cap because of him. Jeez. Oh, the pufferfish. Holds the fish very tight with one eye open. Do you need a special invitation to say something? Tries to pull himself up and almost falls off the fish, slithering closer to the head. The flight was really pleasant, but nothing seems to be broken. The fish suddenly twitches. Flies up and lands exactly in the middle of our path. Crawls closer to the pufferfish's eyes and gets comfortable, cautiously studying the void around him. Looks at the male fish and energetically nods in gratitude. The fish glowers at the new companion. Well, so? Don't beat around the fish. Hastily pulls the letter out of the poncho, carefully unties the bow and forgets himself for a second, letting go of the ribbon. The ribbon disappears behind on the cosmic road as it gets further and further away. One more second, and it is lost in the darkness. Frightened, he holds the letters tight, watching the ribbons flicker in the distance. A moment later, after a moment of hesitation, he turns to the mailfish, holding out the envelope with a heart drawn on it and another one with a stamp. The huge pufferfish scans of the names of the sender and recipient on the envelope and curses silently. So you're Zyablik. I go by Roach. Roach smiles, looking straight ahead. You're a little piggy, Zyablik. Another adventurer who decided to cross the oceans for the sake of his lady friend. No please or thank you. You just randomly bumped into me and didn't even apologize. I've seen a lot of arrogant pricks like you, dozen of them. And no one listens to me what I'm saying. Yeah, I only saw the dinosaurs getting extinct. Big deal. You'll do it your way anyway. Anyway, you've done a bad thing, and you owe me the fair price, that's for sure. And she stops talking. Space settlement and a couple of rockets were left behind. Somewhere in the distance, the stars shone on a particularly bright purple neon. Sits cross-legged, twisting the hem of his poncho and look at the head, look at the body. Yeah, let's just probably stop. Rubs his eye, check the pockets and cup for the 100th time in the past few minutes. Nothing's missing. They have a long way to go. The space is very unstable. Its hue and humor changes in the blink of an eye. It can be full of action when the sky is cut by the streaks of rocket engines, and in a few seconds, hundreds of stars seems to be the closest thing that can be found in this corner of the universe. It seems that you can reach them with your hands. Those realms are unknown and inaccessible, and the two are lost in them, but they have their goals, so they move on. And further, and further. Okay. Oh. Roach stops sharply without warning. Didn't have the time to react. He almost fell off the fish, but was able to stay on our back at the last moment. A few letters fly out of his poncho and drift apart. Oh no. Terrified, twitches and reaches for the nearest envelope, holding on the mailfish's fin. Roach catches one of the envelopes and holds it firmly in his mouth. Takes the second letter, holds it tightly, pressing it to his heart. He seems happy. Roach stays silently and then sighs heavily, rolling her eyes. Well, now you owe me twice. Nods confused and hides the envelope. They seem to be his only concern. You're green, that's all. To throw your life at the feet of some creature? To leave your home. What for? Think of the huge opportunities you have if you are not attached to anything. Roach strays to the cosmos with her gaze, chewing her lip thoughtfully. You can make a lot of right and wrong decisions. As they say, when you make two mistakes, you still only die once, so why not? Nods with understanding. Well, it's up to you to listen to a wise old woman sharing her life experience, or to look for your own cautionary tales. The fish seems to think deeply and then says, either asking a question or making a statement. If you do a job for me, I will forget all your debts and even take you to your lady. Isn't that a grand offer? Grand. Tilts his head with interest. Look at the sky. What do you see? Looks around, turning his head. The sky in this part of the space is so dark. Not as dark as in the nebulae, and not as disturbing as when you meet a smashed rocket somewhere. It feels like a threat. There is no life in here, and there's definitely something missing. The stars. This sky is missing the stars. And the planets. It looks as if they've been erased from the map and left the sky open. Do you see the guiding stars, kiddo? Neither do I. I guess this happens recently. My brothers and sisters, let them be eaten by a squid. Oh no, must be lost in space. Apparently, they did not pay attention to what they were talking and dragged the guiding stars. And without stars, there is no light, no landmarks, and certainly no one gets any letters. I've been a seasoned fish and I could swim with my eyes closed, but you fry are getting lost in these three asteroids. The fish purrs smugly over the words said. So the deal is to talk to my brothers, sisters, and to bring the stars back where they belong. And we're even. The job is not difficult. You will also make friends and help others so that the lady will have no choice but to fall in love with you. The opportunity to become a knight in shining poncho isn't an everyday offer. Don't miss out. I mean, there's nothing I can really do. Let's just accept the offer. Hesitates for a moment, then nods. Roach chuckles happily, expecting a good trip. Then go ahead. Okay, that's interesting. I'm not sure how long this game is, but oh, we'll see. Looks like a painting. They reach the destination a lot faster than expected. This part of the space is hazy, as if someone has spilled a bag of dry ice. Small muddy areas as if someone has just walked through the water and all the sand has risen from the bottom. Appear around them, here and there the clouds are lighted by young stars. Tries to touch the fog to run his hand over it to feel the pressure. It what? Okay, some grammatical errors. Not that I can criticize it because I do make some grammatical errors as well. So I can't really say anything about that. But the fog just cleared a little, revealing magnificent views of curly cosmic vortexes. The precious star gems seems to be glued to the sky. Roach is slowing down. We're here. Squints his eyes, searching for at least one living creature in this area. Look around. Something seems to be flickering nearby the small blue planet, or maybe it was just a temporary vertigo. However, there is nothing interesting to see. Yeah, just keep going. Okay, reaching for at least. Yeah, keep going. The pufferfish drifts slowly, humming something to itself, but stops and nods ambiguously at the point in space. Be careful with Perro. He's really tender. Run as soon as he starts crying. Shakes his head in surprise and returns to looking for the least of silhouette of a fish, but nobody is there. Waves his arms as strongly as he can, giving Roach a sign to swim further, but freezes. Oh! That's a fish. A huge round eye so strange as if popped out from the worst secret fears looks away and something moves the pupil. The eye doesn't blink at all and doesn't seem to notice what's going on. The eye seems to fill up with water and sheds tears somewhere to some point that you can't really see from behind the laptop screen. I'm not using a laptop, I'm using a desktop. Trembling in fear, wraps his hands around himself, tries to figure out. Let's not touch the sky, although it's not really responding, so I don't think. Yeah, let's try talk. Okay. Roach pouts angrily. Can you just talk to him? Yeah, I did. Okay, fine. Roach clears her throat, quacks, and shouts loudly in the direction of the eye. Perro! Someone wants to talk to you. Oh. So it's a flatfish guy. The other eye, a head and a fin slowly and hesitantly come out of the cloud. I can't read. Flounder, okay. A large, sad flounder looks at Zyablik in fear and merges with the surrounding again. I'm not in the mood to talk to you, sorry. Points to the shiny dots in the sky, then the flounder, and again to the dots. Perro sniffs, but does come out of the cloud, appearing before Roach and Zyablik in all his glory. I knew you'd only come here because of the star. You don't need me at all, but I won't give it to you. It is now my best friend, and it has a pretty glow to it. But it didn't make me feel any better. He starts crying again. Covers his eyes, shriveling. Oh no, I could have given him the sandwich or something. The flounder screams very shrilly. You have to do something, quickly. Oh no, I could have given him a sandwich or something. Letters, no, you have to reach the recipient. The flower? Yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot about it. Hesitates, but takes out a flower pot, adjusts the petals carefully and lowering his eyes so that Perro does not see how upset he is, stretches forward to the chamomile. Is this for me? Nods quickly and points out the small dots of the stars again. The flounder carefully examines the flower, then examines Zyablik and swings even closer to our hero. Can you tell me if anyone loves me? Oh no, he's gonna tear it apart. If I'm not mistaken, these flowers tell you someone loves you, don't they? There's a barely noticeable shine of hope in Pharaoh's eyes, a hope for something good among the endless hours of solitude, and Zyablik cannot resist it. Slowly nods, lowers his beak, and looks questioningly at Roach, making a strange movement with his hand. Of course, he does not want to give away his flower, and doesn't want to ruin it even more, but if this is a way to the lady friend, then why not? Roach grunts, but still turns towards the flounder. Zyablik asks, so what are we guessing on a chamomile? Pero looks guiltily at Zyablik. Does anyone in the world love me? Maybe just a little? Nods hesitantly, taking the chamomile by the petal. Oh no. We're gonna tear it apart. Oh no. The petals of the chamomile sway in the cosmic wind. Plucks the first petal. Pearl wipes away a tear with Zyablik's poncho, his eyes shining. No one does. Okay, so someone does. No one. Okay, so we did. Plucks the first petal. Everyone holds their breath. Even the cosmos seems to share motley trio's anxiety. Someone does. Parasite filled with tears again, but those aren't the old tears of pain. Those are the tears of relief, joy, and happiness. He looks at Zyablik, approach at Zyablik again. He is incredibly happy. Damn. It feels like another star is born somewhere. It really seems so, until that guiding star appears as if from nowhere in front of Zyablik's nose. Gently picks it up with his hand, presses it to the heart, and letting the flower pot go. The flower floats in the air near Pero, whose smile shines as bright as the star. He suddenly nods our hero. They understand each other without any words. Waves goodbye all the way back, watching the fog, which was really Pero's tears, dissipate. When they are so far away that Pero is not visible anymore, the sky has changed its color to a softly goldish, and Roach thanks Zyablik quietly. They traveled on. Okay, another letter. Okay, ooh. You didn't even have to try to guess who lives in this part of space. Among the variety of bright planets and cosmic transitions woven together, we could see a long, sinuous body swirled around these celestial spheres, visually uniting the space, bending with loops and creating a bizarre landscape. So it's probably a sea snake or something, or an eel. And in the distance, there was this creature's head, illuminated by the neon light of the guiding star that she wore as a crown. Eris, I've never seen anyone as selfish as she is. Do you want to get a star? Please her. Manage to fool her narcissism. Pulls out the cup over his head, putting hands threateningly on his hips. Roach laughs. Well, that is one way to do it. They swim on, peering cautiously ahead. Maybe that's why they didn't notice one of the rings of the fish's body stretches out of the giant arc above, while the other cuts off and the other way back, tightening like a rope around the neck. Nowhere to run. Oh, goodness. That's a big fish, or a giant eel. The eel's long body tightens its rings, squeezing space around Zyablik and Roach. Before they knew it, a long head with a sly face appeared right in front of them, the stars shining and blinding. So you had to bend to see who you were talking to. Well, what a cute bird got into my net today. She giggled, covering her mouth with one of her rings, and slowly stretches her call towards Zyablik, jumps back in panic. No need for that. Be a good boy. Don't try to run away or do anything rude. That will only hurt you. Mommy does not want you to use force at all. Let's do nothing. Puts a hand over Roach's eyes, soothingly stroking her head, telling her everything will be fine. It is better to resolve everything peacefully. Looks at Ares, confidently nods. That's better. I love men of honor. They have so much. I love resilience. Ares laughs. Roach swears quietly. She seems to be very uncomfortable. Ares grins. She bends her neck in a straight way, and it seems that she isn't just a giant eel, but an ancient, all-powerful dragon. The rays of the star gives Ares and the cosmos around her a touch of mystery. Let's put to okay. Okay, another error here. Okay, let's put a real fine point on that. You need the star, and I need the star. Maybe you need the star even more for the sake of great feats, like saving a damsel in distress or some other stupid things that heroes do. But my point is that I'm not interested in all your stuff at all. The hero comes to save the princess from the dragon, but he doesn't really care about the princess, so he knocks the dragon down in blood, leaving the princess without a friend and leaving himself without a reward. What a stupid hero. Ares' grin now looks even more predatory. She grounds her lips in a thin line, slightly exposing a set of teeth, long, razor sharp. So make me an offer that I can't refuse, or you can just sail back in peace and try to look for our antagonist somewhere else. Sorry, sweetie, but your princess is in another castle. Looks at Roach questioningly, then turns to Ares, moves his hand carelessly and points at Ares again. Are you going to exploit my communication skills for much longer? Smiles guiltily, grumbles, then says loudly, clearly, Zyablik has a few questions. I mean, nothing, but you can try to surprise me. Like, geometry, tricks, and this I've never owned. And things I've never owned. For example, you, Roach. Ares chuckles. Roach twitches restlessly. Ares scares her to death. Yeah, continue. Scratches his beak thoughtfully. He has some ideas of how to get the star. Offer the letters, probably. I mean, we can't just offer her the letters. Crosses his hands and squints suspiciously, looking at Ares' head. Is there something wrong? Nods and squints even harder, as if he sees something completely wrong. In the stars scaled to the side, nods again. Outraged Roach opens her mouth, but doesn't say a word, watching what will happen next. The eel suspiciously look at Zyablik, then at Roach. I want you to find me a mirror, and you to fix the star so that it fits me well. And she leans lower to Zyablik. Roach orders Roach to swim closer, and then the star is right in front of her beak. He carefully adjusts it to the side, hides the star under the cup, quickly slapping the eel on the forehead at the same time. He says, "It's alright." Oh wow, what a flipping genius. Throws Zyablik off. She's desperately looking for a mirror, at least some kind of mirror surface. Ares twists her rings around the planets, drawing them closer. Gives her a thumbs up as he and Roach slowly sail away. What a genius. Further away, Ares notices a planet covered with mirror-like water surface and rushes there, forgetting about these two. Zyablik and Roach rush away as fast as they can. Soon they hear the screams of the full eel in the distance. The male fish spends the next couple of hours grumping about our hero's decision. Okay, that's a cross. I'm not sure what does that mean. I mean, we already got two cross hearts, and we'll see next. Okay, so I guess that's probably about that's probably all I can do for this episode, and I'll probably continue on this series. So hope you guys stay tuned for more episodes of G.I.F.I, or I forgot, small birb. So yeah, stay tuned for more episodes of small birb. So I'll see you guys in the next episode. So yeah,